I have separated from Raw Dog.
This is the first day of my life. Swear I was born right in the doorway. Well, now in the rain, suddenly everything changed. Hair spreading, blankets on the beach. Yours is the first face that I saw. Think I was blind before I met you. Don't know where I am, I don't know where I've been, but I know where I want to go. So I thought I'd let you know that these things take forever. I especially am slow.
So, as you guys can see by the title and little montage that hopefully I made, that I have separated from Raw Dog and Raw Dog Run Club. And I mean, I didn't write no script. I didn't write anything down. I'm just gonna talk from the heart and say how I feel. And I mean, I think some things are better left unsaid. I mean, you shouldn't know every detail or things as such, but I will give you guys as much clarity in my reasoning why I'm making this decision, and yeah, take it for what you will. Essentially, I'm like trying to think in my head like how I want to say this, how do I want about it, but I want to start off by, we did amazing things. They're still going to do amazing things. They're still going to continue without me, continue thriving, continue building the best community I've ever been a part of in my entire life, just without me. And I love the boys with all my heart. Like, I mean, I still spend every single day with them. Yeah, I think that it's just my time to take a more professional approach in business and life. Yeah, but overall, I mean, first things first, I just want to honestly express my gratitude for everyone that supported the movement. Like, I don't know, I mean, I've never really talked about it too much on this YouTube, but I was, obviously I was heavily a part of the Run Club on its channel, on its own YouTube, on the Instagram. Like, the reels that blew up were the reels that I made. The first reel that blew up, it was like, oh, dating apps are out and like Raw Dog Run Club is in or whatever. And like, I was in the rain, and that was like our third Run Club ever, and that was kind of one of the ones that like put us on the map early. But I don't know, I want to take us back to when we first started. So this is the story of Raw Dog Run Club. I knew Noah from just social media. Like, I've been doing social media for 3 years now. He's been doing social media for like 5 years, way longer than me. And like, I was just like, oh, I like that guy's content. He found me, he liked my content. We had a mutual friend, and then I came and visited in May of 2023. It was right before I got out of the military. I was looking for a place to live. Yeah, and then I eventually moved here in January, well, December 30th, but we'll say January of 2024, January 1st. And we immediately hit it off that first week. Me, Tin, Darren, and Noah. We also had other couple buddies that we first started with, but yeah, I'm just laying everything on the table, honestly, right now. But, so we started Raw Dog, and it was their name, like I didn't create the name, they created the name, and I kind of just like brought it to life. Like I kind of was like, yo, we're doing this. I don't know, I was like the catalyst to making it start, I feel. Because I could have started it, last year or whatever. But I feel like I got there. I was like, all right, we're doing this shit. Let's do it. Like, put our words into action. So we started it. The very first week, we had 20 people. Obviously, I was doing social media. Noah was doing social media. Tin and Darren were on the come up in social media. So we just posted on our own pages. And yeah, we got like 20 people, 25. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's 25 people. And then from there on, the next month we got 50 people. Or I mean, not month. The next week we got 50 people. The next week we got 100 people. Next week we got 150. And then next week 200. And like it started to double every single week. And it first started as just because people were always asking us to run together, and we were like, yeah, fuck it, like let's run with some people. We were training for the Austin Marathon, and yeah, so it just kept going and going and going. And it was like such a high. It was insane, and it evolved into everything you see now. And when it first started, I was hesitant on joining. I was not technically like a founder or head of it in the first run club we did, actually. A lot of people don't know this. Because I just moved here and I came here to build a health and wellness center. That was my old gym that kind of evolved into the idea it is now. But I came here to build a gym, health and wellness center. And then we kind of just started on this run club and things took off. But I always wanted to come into things professionally, and rawdawg, the name just isn't professional. I remember thinking like, I wanted the name to be Vagabond, which in hindsight, like that was the wrong move. Like, and we're all so happy, and I'm so happy we didn't do that. But I just remember thinking like, dude, like if we had the same rawdawg, we're not gonna be able to work with Nike. Like we're not gonna be able to work with big brands because they're gonna think it's derogatory and like childish and yada yada. And then like girls aren't gonna like it because what girl wants to be part of rawdawg, blah blah. But I was thinking for everything that it couldn't be and not for what it could be. And I remember after that first run club, I was like, wow, okay, like we can do something special with this. And if I can join, then I can help create my visions into life. And so after that first one, I joined and we kind of refined things. We're like, all right, cool, like let's do this. Like let's make some cool merch, some cool shirts, funny shirts. Keep growing this thing and just keep attacking. Our specialty was social media and going viral essentially. So we already had a bigger advantage over people. And one thing that people always ask was, how did we get it so big? Like how did it evolve? And like, what are our tips, Because a lot of people want to build run clubs and build a community. And the thing that I always repeat to people is building a community is you want to give the best experience to people to where they think like, how the fuck is this free? And you want to make it free. How the fuck is this free? How am I getting this drink? How am I riding this bull machine, which we had at the last run club? How am I getting this free coffee? How am I getting these free shirts? Like, this should cost money. And it fucking does cost money out of us. But to the audience, it's so free, and they're like, how? So that's the main thing to say. Like, ever since our first run club, we always came with drinks, created a good vibe. For the first, I want to say like first like 10, our rule was to talk to every single person in the run club. So every single run club, I went to every single person. And it wasn't just like a, hey, thank you, hey, whatever. It was like, hey, what's up? I'm Ian, blah, blah, blah. And talk to every single one. And then at the next one, still talk to every single one. Maybe if I had an extensive conversation with them in the last run club, I was like, yo, I'm so grateful you're here again. Thank you. And we continue that up until literally last week. Like, I always talk to new people, even if it was just quick, like, hey, you're new here. I noticed that you're new here. Thank you. And if I noticed people that would come every single week, like, I'd be grateful. And yeah, so we did amazing stuff with all that. And that's kind of like I guess, our values that we started things off on. I'm trying not to like get into too negative of stuff. I don't think that there was a ton of negative at all. Like my main reason, like this is my main reason. I'm building a health and wellness center here in Austin. That was my goal when I moved here. That is still my goal, and it's always just been my dream. I find that I'm like, I mean, and I'm sure like you guys can see, I don't have to even like say that I am, but like I feel like I'm a hustler, I'm a businessman, and I love creating, and that's who I am. And I came here to build this health and wellness center, to build this gym, to build this solid concrete thing. And so I feel like Rawdawg isn't going to be solid and concrete. It's a run club at the end of the day, or a brand, but I want to build like a location, a building that does not rely on social media at all for me. And this is the path that I am choosing. So yeah, that first and foremost is the reason. Like I don't want anyone to think we have beef or something went wrong, or there was something that the boys didn't do, or yada yada. I love them. We're best friends. That's literally the main and biggest reason. Another reason with building this business, I don't want any of the like negative stuff that people talk about with Rawdawg to bleed onto my own brand. Like, and it's stuff that can never be changed. Like with the run club, like we run on a trail. Every run club runs on a trail, whatever. But obviously we are a bigger run club, so there's only a certain amount of measures you can take to ensure that the run club isn't bugging other people. But like at the same time, like bro, it's 600 people running on a trail. Like there's no way to like not crowd the trail. Like we do pacing groups, we do where we had it like 2x2 and like just a crazy amount of measures. But when people get after 2 miles, they're not staying 2x2. Like they're gonna run up to their friend and they're gonna run back, and some people are gonna go slower and some people are gonna go faster, and then it gets mixed much. So like there is only a little bit amount of measures you can actually do to like not make the trail crowded. And so we got a lot of shit for the trail being crowded, and like they're hooligans, and like they like bro, people on Reddit would create crazy lies like they kicked my baby, they kicked my dog, like insane, which never happened obviously. Like but I just didn't want all that negativity like coming over to my business. And like if this is gonna be my baby, I just can't be a part of this at all. To if people are like, oh, who owns that gym or whatever, and it's like, oh, like that like little Rawdawg owner. And yeah, it's honestly just me trying to make the smart business decision for the sake of my new venture. Yeah, so I don't know, it's kind of like a little hard launch to the next project that I'm working on and next kind of content I'll be making. Starting my own business, and concrete, huge business at that. Like I am scared, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I have amazing partners helping me. I'm not doing it alone, mentors if you will. So it'll be great, and no matter what, I'll make it work on this new venture. And of course I'm gonna make my usual content. I'm still remaining with my brands. I just signed another year contract with BPN, so thank you guys for always using my code for BPN. I survived another year. I survived another year of social media. It's like every single time I get a brand, I'm like, okay. Or every single time I get a brand deal, I'm like, I'm safe for one more year. Because like everything can be taken away with a snap of your fingers. So yeah, but so yeah, I mean, they have a couple trips coming up. They're going to London and Australia. So if you live in Sydney, Australia, or you live in London, like they're gonna be doing a run. That's gonna be so sick. Definitely go. And they'll continue in Austin. Don't know too much of their plans, but as of right now, it's pretty much one time a month in Austin, big bang. And I'm still gonna be at the run clubs. Like if you guys go to the run club, like you'll still see me there. Like at the run clubs, get a lot of people who come purely to meet me or meet us, And, I'm still going to be there taking photos, chatting with everyone. I'm just not going to be at the top on the microphone talking, or I'm not going to go on these trips. And, yeah. But overall, I can be rambunctious. I can be wild. I love traveling. Like, I love doing crazy shit. Don't get me wrong. But I want to take my content. I wouldn't even say like more serious, because like I'm not gonna be like all serious. But I want to take it in a way of business, fitness, travel, and me just being affiliated with like a silly run club type of thing when I'm trying to be a serious athlete. I'm trying to go like sub 3 in the marathon, and not that those like negates a silly run club, but like if I'm gonna be a hardcore athlete promoting staying committed with BPN and all this stuff, then I can't be also sexy pace and yada yada. They're just contradicting. And there is space for those too. Like, I think running is fun, and I'm always gonna think it's fun, and I'm gonna say it's fun. I'm not gonna be like, I'm fighting my demons when I'm running, and that's it. But I think there's just a good balance in between those two, which I'll stay in. And yeah, but overall, that's what the deal is. I'm sure people have realized. I'm sure it might not even come to a surprise to many of you guys. Yeah. So, I think that's all I have to say, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, so thank you guys for all the support on the most recent drop too. They're gonna continue making dope stuff. It's sold out in 24 hours. We sold out of the hottest shirt in 30 minutes. So they're gonna continue to crush. It's not like they're not gonna continue to crush. I'm definitely leaving something good. But at the same time, I'm leaving. It's like I'm pushing a boat into the sunset, and there will be another day and another sunrise. So I'm glad that I'm pushing it into good hands, and I know they are so excited to continue to grow, continue to thrive on new ideas, especially because I think the 3 boys have such synergy mentally rather than me. Like, even in just looking at us, I feel like people can always sense like a little like black sheepness. Although I'm so alike with them in so many ways, I'm not in a little bit of ways, and that probably hindered some ideas and hindered some, I don't want to say creativity, but some stuff I was like, well, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And now I feel like they're going to be like full force, steam ahead on things. So yeah, overall, it was a blessing to create such a badass community with my friends, my best friends. But it's like all good things come to an end. I wasn't going to be 80 years old running a run club. So, whether it was in 1 year or 5 years, like, I was bound to make this decision, and I just felt it so right in my core. Like, when you have that intuition, that gut feeling, and, like when you voice it and it just feels so right, that it just feels so right to leave it and go on my own. Yeah, that's how I know that it is the best decision for me. So yeah, nothing else much to say. And one thing I want to hit, because I know that we're gonna get comments on it. We did a merch drop in summer. It was a pre-order, and basically a lot of things fucked up. And I want to address it because I know I'm gonna get comments like scammers or blah blah blah. We did a pre-order. We sold a lot of units because pre-orders, like, it just free for all. Everyone goes until we cap it off, and we capped it at 1 day. So we got a lot of orders. And I want to say, it's our first time doing a business. Anyone who's done a business for the first time knows how many fuck-ups, how many mistakes, and how many lessons you learn. And I'm still learning. We started this when I was 22. So I just got out of the military. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And here's some mistakes that we made, and I hope it gives clarification on why there was what happened. But we used like 3 different manufacturers. It was so hard to find a good manufacturer, reliable one that had good product, that had cheaper prices, so that we can make at least decent margins. And let me tell you also, margins on clothes are shit. You guys think like, yeah, just because we sold out does not mean by any means like it was amazing money. Like, like a lot of people saw the boys in a new house and they were like, oh, they made so much money off our drop, and now like they're just chilling and like yada yada. And my order hasn't shipped yet. But I like the money that I got from the merch drop is not even the amount I get for posting one sponsored TikTok. Like, simply said, I'm not going to name prices, but like that puts in perspective. Like, if I make one sponsored TikTok, I make more than the whole merch drop that I just did and spent months doing, and all this. But we did the merch drop because we wanted to give people like a piece and a memory, and it was just a more creative outlet for us to do, and that's why. But anyways, going back to it. Sorry, I rambled. I'm literally no script here. So we did a pre-order. We used mistakes that we did, 3 different manufacturers. So essentially, all those 3 different manufacturers are going to be on different timelines. So we had shirts from one place, shirts from another place, hats at another place, along with shirts, I think. And so if there was a delay on one, then that means a lot would get delayed. And I don't know, we just didn't think about that process. We just thought, we thought optimistic, everything was going to go on time, yada yada, like we were good. And so essentially, each manufacturer had delays. And I'm not talking a week delay or a couple days. I'm talking they hit us back up. Hey, it's going to be another 3 to 4 weeks. Something delay, blah, blah, blah. And like there's like nothing you could do. Like it's not like oh, well, give me my money back or yada yada. Like it's just like you got to buckle up and stick along for the ride. So each manufacturer delayed. After that delay, the hats, they got sent out, but got lost in the mail. And we didn't realize till a week and a half later, because we had a separate 3PL, meaning where they fulfill stuff, because we weren't going to, pack all the orders ourselves. So that 3PL like didn't tell us it was coming, didn't tell us it never came until we were like, wait, what's the update on these hats, And then we hit him up, find the tracking, find out it never got delivered. And then, we were like kind of going back and forth with that manufacturer for a little until they were kind of like, all right, hey, we will remake the hats. So that took another, 2 to 3 weeks to remake those hats. It takes time to ship those back. And so with that, if any order had one of the other shirts or had the hat, then that order couldn't be shipped out until they got the hat. So like our 3PL was good. Like we had used them before, they executed fine. So, but it's just so many moving parts, it just didn't work. When one of the shirts were done, okay, if you only ordered that single shirt, then you probably got it. Like a lot of people got their stuff, but a lot of people didn't. So that was like the main delay with a lot of things. So there was just so many moving parts. And of course, it's just granted that some orders are going to get fucked up. But it was just so much. I'm in my DMs. I'm on rawdawg. I'm on the email. I'm doing like the best I can to respond to all these emails and figure it out. And then we just run into so many troubles. Like I don't really know. Like Shopify is confusing sometimes. Like it just wasn't giving out refunds. Even if we had the money in the account, it just wasn't giving out refunds. So it got to a point where I'm like, dude, like, I'm not trying to scam anyone. I'm not trying to just take your money and not give you your product. Like, I would, never do that, obviously. So it got to a point where, like, I'm Venmoing random customers so I can at least get their money back. I was just like, fuck it. Like, I would rather get this customer his money back than him pissed, commenting, tarnishing the name. So, there was many times where I just Venmoed people straight up their whole refund because Shopify refund just, I don't know what the hell wasn't working. And another mistake, I think that we didn't hire any back-end people. Like we should have hired someone that specialized in Shopify or specialized in customer service to figure all that out. But it was just us for like, we could do it ourselves. Let's get it. And yeah, and then also in addition, like the 3PL we hired their customer service and they just botched everything. We're not responding to emails. We're not doing anything. So a couple weeks in, like we had a customer service email, but we're getting DMs like, dude, you're not responding to our emails yet. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like what are we paying this customer service people for? And so we also got just scammed on paying for customer service, and we paid all this shipping outright too, and half of them motherfuckers didn't get shipped. So that's thousands of dollars that went to shit. I think we literally lost money on that drop, if I'm being honest. So yeah, but with that, I'm just kind of giving you guys insight on what happened, why it happened, because there was never really a great explanation. And yeah, I mean, that's business stuff. Mishaps happen. It's normal. I'm sure any company has probably been through the same thing. But yeah, so that's my spiel. And overall, thank you guys for everything. Truly from the bottom of my heart for following this endeavor, supporting this endeavor, and I hope that you guys continue to find value or entertainment or inspiration from my content and my future venues, because I'm not gonna go anywhere. We're staying in this shit forever. Even if I'm 40, I still want to make content of business owning, and hopefully I have huge businesses by then, and I'm giving mega level advice and helping people who started out like me to figure it out. So even with all these hiccups, even with all the success, I'm learning every single day. And thank you guys for joining the ride. I hope this clears up any confusion that anyone had, and of the official announcement. Yeah, thank you guys as always, and I don't really ever say that, so peace, love you guys. Till the next one. The YouTube is going crazy right now. Bye, guys.